Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the HOU Bullcast Show. I'm your host, Aaron. Thank you once again for tuning in to another preview of a game episode. And we will be live on Just Around Podcast at 11 a.m., an hour before the game, so we can get our quick reviews in. Me and my boy DJ, be cool, the Colts fan. We're gonna get our reviews in for both of our games real quick, and we more than likely will do predictions for the rest of the games on Sunday. But yes, we will be live at 11 a.m. I know this video will be posted hopefully before then, hopefully. But once again, as I always do every episode, shout out to JDW. He's the reason why I do this. So go subscribe to his channel, JDW Sports Network channel. Go subscribe to the Sauce Sports channel. That is the channel that I've watched since I was young. They are a proud Houston Texas channel. Honcho, Wink, Spitz, Tinny, everybody that's included in that channel. I always got to show love to them because they're the reason why I do this. But today, guys, thank you once again for tuning in. As I said before, and we got the now 8-5 Houston Texans going against the 3-10 Arizona Cardinals here at Energy Stadium in Houston at 12 p.m. So it's gonna be an exciting. It's gonna be an exciting game. We're coming in on a 5-game winning streak, and Arizona Cardinals are coming in on a 5-game losing streak, which kind of funny, but it's kind of one of those where it's like you're hoping it's not a trap game where oh, you're doing so great and they're doing pretty crappy, and then out of nowhere they just randomly beat you. And that is a Texans thing that's happened throughout the years. Like we'll have a good little winning streak, or we just came off of a good win, and then we blow it to a team that we shouldn't have blown it to. Like that one year where I forgot who. Yeah, I think we beat the Patriots. I don't remember, but then we lost to the Broncos, Paxton Lynch Broncos, I believe it was. But yeah, that there's games like that we can't ever have. But this game, I believe it will not be that kind of game. I believe it will not be a trap game. But we're gonna get into it. So let's get into the matchups. You got CJ Stroud, who's coming in with 2,181 pass yards, 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. He's going up against Jacoby Brissett. He's got 2,459 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. The thing about Jacoby is he has a 5-1 record against the Texans when he's played with the Patriots when he was younger, played with the Dolphins, played with the Colts. So we kind of have a bad record against Jacoby, and it kind of sucks that it is like that. But I think tomorrow will be a different story because most of the time that he beat us last time, the few other times were when we were kind of a diminished team when he was with the Colts, when he was with the Dolphins. So, but it is what it is. He still beat us. When you got to running backs, you got Woody Marks coming in with 160 attempts, 554 yards, rushing, 2 touchdowns. And on the other side, you got Zonovan Knight with 81 attempts, 271 yards, rushing, and 4 touchdowns. Overall, Arizona Cardinals, they are more of a passing team. So hearing that their main running back has only 271 rushing yards is kind of surprising, but they have dealt with injuries throughout the year, and just that's the diminished team that they are this year. Wide receiver, receiving leader receiving yards wise, we got Nico Collins with 61 catches, 916 yards, 4 touchdowns. And on the other side, they got their tight end Trey McBride leading with 93 catches, 937 yards receiving, and 8 touchdowns. So when you get to Nico, he's always been our he's Nico. He's our number one receiver for a reason. Then you got Trey McBride on the other side. He's their leading tight end. He's their leading receiver for a reason. Uh, as we've done throughout the season, we just gotta make sure to target their number one receiver, number one tight end, and the way we played for the past few weeks, we've kept Bills tight ends locked down because Josh Allen is more of a tight end heavy passer. We locked down Tyler Warren. Yeah, he had a touchdown, but it wasn't as great of a game as he's had. And then we shut down Travis Kelsey with only one catch, and we had him drop an interception. So we've kept tight ends pretty quiet, but let's see if we can do it tomorrow against a really great tight end in this league like Trey McBride. We're going to get into matchup rankings. You got the Cardinals offense versus Texans defense. We'll get into it right now. Overall, Cardinals are ranked 16th in the league as a ranked offense, and you got the Texans as the number one ranked defense. People may differ from Broncos and the rest of the teams, but Texans are the number one defense. Like Denver's not putting up the numbers that we're putting up. They may have the sacks, but sacks aren't the reason why you're number one defense. It can be based off turnover differential, points allowed per game, so on and so forth. So Texans to me are the number one ranked defense. When it comes to passing, Arizona's third in passing in the league with over averaging about 263 passing yards per game. Then you got us, the Texans, coming in fifth against passing yards, in the league, allowing about 193 passing yards per game. And like I said, Arizona's more of a passing heavy team. They don't really use their running back. They'll use it, of course, like at certain plays when they don't want to make it seem like, oh, it's just pass, 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 pass. But they are a heavy passing team. So we got to be ready for that with the secondary that we have. Rushing yard wise, they are 26th in rushing. They average about 96 yards per game. We are fifth against the rush, allowing about 94 yards per game. So, like the way we've been doing all past few weeks, when we face Jonathan Taylor, we face Kareem Hunt, we face James Cook. James Cook did have a great game against us, as well as Jonathan Taylor, but they didn't. Their teams didn't utilize them the way they should have to try to get the win, because the teams that we faced before throughout these weeks have leaned more on the quarterback, trying to trust in the quarterback to beat this defense when they saw that the running back was making good yardage plays, but they just went away from it. And I think that's what Arizona will do, because we will stop the run, and it'll just be based on Arizona going heavy on the pass. You got points per game. Arizona's 21st in points in the league scored. They average about 21.7 points per game. And the Texans defense is first in points allowed, allowing about 16 points per game. We are back in first, especially uh, especially after the Kansas City game. We only allowed them to score 10 points. Kansas City had 0 points in the first half. Yeah, they tied in the second half, but knowing that you kept Patrick Mahomes at only 10 points in that game, that's record breaking right there. Uh, then you got Arizona's O line. They're ranked about 27th, and this defense, we are ranked about the top. I'd say top three. I think we're top three at this defensive line. Yeah, but there's some things we can fix up a little. There's sometimes where we may have times where we don't get to the quarterback. Like last week against Kansas City, they were missing about, I'd say, three or four offensive linemen, and Daniil Hunter, Will Anderson, they were kind of struggling to get to Patrick, but he does use his legs. Jacoby uses his legs sometimes, but at this point in his career, he is more of a statue passer. So this is one of the games where we need to get after Jacoby Brissett, sack him, just make him throw and throw in a bad decision type play. So Jacoby Brissett is not Patrick Mahomes. He's not Josh Allen. He's not Daniel Jones. If say if Dan Jones' leg was better, Dan Jones will escape the pocket when needed. Um, but yeah, Jacoby Brissett is not his younger self when he defeated us with the Patriots and all that. So I truly believe he won't use his legs tomorrow. I believe that we can get to him with this. I'd say top 20 not so great offensive line, sort of like on how we were looking in the beginning with our offensive line. That's how I see them. We're coming in with key injuries for the game with Arizona. They are missing Marvin Harrison. They're missing Xavier Weaver, both wide receivers. They're missing two offensive linemen, Paris Johnson, their tackle, and Evan Brown, their guard. So those are key injuries, especially Paris Johnson, and that is on Daniil's side. So hopefully Daniil can step up, especially after the Kansas City game where he was pretty quiet, even after their second backup went down the first play of the game, and then their third backup came in and kind of shut down Daniil. So this is one of the games where you hope that Daniil can step up and get to Jacoby, whether it be sacks, whether it be forced fumble, anything. This is just one of the games where we know we gotta destroy, where we gotta kill, where we gotta swarm. On our side of the ball for defense, the only questionable person on defense is EJ Speed. I believe he will play though, and EJ Speed is good. It has been a good slash great acquisition. He's good on special teams. He's been a good backup as a linebacker. Say if Henry has to go out to take a break, or even Aziz has to go out to take a break. So EJ Speed, I believe he will play. Now, key points of the game for defense that I have for them. I'm going to start doing 5 key points for either defense or offense. We're going to get into that. Number one key point is sack and pressure Jacoby. They have, like I said, they have no run game. Even if they try the run game, I believe we will swarm after Donovan Knight or anybody that they try to run with. Get key turnovers, whether it be interceptions, whether it be forced fumbles, just anything. Like the way we've been doing all these past few weeks, from intercepting Patrick 3 times, uh, forcing fumbles like previous games, like intercepting Josh Allen, just getting turnovers, and giving the offense good key field position. But we'll get into the offense a little bit about that certain situation. Keep Trey McBride and Michael Wilson quiet. Trey McBride, like I said, great tight end in this league. Hats off to him. Michael Wilson, he is a key attribute in their weapons who has been going off lately. So Derek Stingley, stay on him. Derek Stingley's been so lockdown on wide receivers he's been against these past few weeks. Like you literally don't see Derek Stingley shown on the camera during these NFL games. Why? Because he's just locking them down. They're not even trying to target that wide receiver because they know Stingley's gonna either bat the ball down, pick it off, or just be the reason. The fourth key point is don't get cocky before this game. Don't play down to your level, and that's what we usually used to do in previous years. We'll see about this year because we've played a lot of tough teams. We've had one of the toughest schedules, so we've never played down to our level. We've played to our level against great offenses like the Rams, Seahawks, Tampa, so on and so forth, like the Colts too. Number five, Matt Burke just needs to outcoach the hell out of their OC Drew Petzing with any blitz, hidden packages, any good coverages that you can hide for them to make an ill-advised play so we can get a turnover or we can get a pass breakup or just a fourth down. Like you saw how good Matt Burke looked with his defensive scheme against Matt Nagy and Andy Reid on that Kansas City Chiefs offense. Yeah, they may not have the best weapons right now, especially the aging Travis Kelce. All they have is speed with their weapons with Xavier Worthy, Rasheed Rice. It's all just speed. It's not height. It's not toughness. It's just speed, but it's still great weapons. And Matt Burke made a great scheme last week to win the game. And so I believe he will do it again against, I'd say, low tier offense, honestly, because they are pretty low. You don't know what's happening. I believe Kyler Murray is done with the Cardinals. I don't know where he'll go, but maybe I'll say where he might go tomorrow during the Just Rival podcast or whenever this episode's aired. Now let's get into Texans offense versus Cardinals defense. Overall, Texans are ranked 20th in the league with their offense, and Arizona's ranked 23rd with their defense in this league. Passing wise, we are 13th ranked, averaging about 235 passing yards per game. They are 20th against the pass, allowing about 237 passing yards per game. Rushing wise, we are 23rd in rushing. We average about 105 yards per game with Woody. Nick Chubb, he is questionable. I don't know if he will play or not, but we have elevated Jawar Jordan. So maybe we'll see. Maybe if Nick Chubb is out, we'll see a little bit of Jawar Jordan, who I had high praise for when we drafted him because he looked nice. But other than that, he's been on a practice squad. So maybe if we use him during the game, he might show something special for being a young back because Nick Chubb is wearing out his tread on his tires. We're just going to say it as it is. He's a tough running back, but he's not the same running back as he was in Cleveland. Uh, but Arizona, they are 19th against the rush. They allow about 123 rushing yards per game. In points scored, we are 20th in scoring in the league, averaging about 21.8 points per game. Arizona is 26th in the league with points allowed, allowing about 26.8 points per game. So when it comes to our offense, this is the Nick Caley and CJ Stroud game that we need to see where they don't have a great defense. They really don't. And key injury wise, I'm going to say right now, they are missing Jalen Thompson and Dadrian Demerson. Both are safeties. They're missing Max Melton, their cornerback, and they're missing Baleo Nichols, their defensive tackle. But I'm sorry if I butchered his name to any Arizona Cardinal fans. Uh, with our offensive line, we're ranked about, top 17, 18, around that range. And the Cardinals defense line, they're ranked about 25, 26. So this is a game that we need to offensively show no mercy. We need to show that we're this offense that we know we can be because we can't just have this defense running back and off and on this field because we keep getting fourth down stops. Like last week, we should have scored way more against Kansas City. We should have, but with our scheme, with our execution, it just wasn't working right. And this is the game where I'm not going to say, oh, just we're fighting an easy team. No, and every Sunday is a different outcome. So but with this defense, how I'm not going to say mid level. I'm going to say bottom tier level. You see how bottom tier level this defense is. You see they're on a 5-game losing streak for a reason. They've given up a lot of points lately to the Rams and to the previous teams. That's why they're on a 5-game losing streak. So as a Texans offense, we need to go off. We need to score more. We can't just let this defense we got a fourth down and we got to punt. Hey, defense, get back on the field for like 2 straight drives. We can't do that. We need to either score a field goal, go down the field, score a field goal, and score a touchdown or score a touchdown. But at this point, I don't give a damn. This is going to be one of my key points. I'll just say right now, Kaimi shouldn't be the one leading the team in points in this game. That's straightforward. Like Kaimi shouldn't be the one over here kicking 4 field goals because you can't score one touchdown in the red zone. And that is another key point. Score in the fucking red zone because it is getting stupid that we can't score. We're right there, and then we shoot ourselves in the foot. That's another key point. We shoot ourselves in the foot with undisciplined flags, with just dumb executional plays. Like you saw that 3rd and 3 play last week. It was that uh, kind of jet sweep type play to Jalen Noel. It just got blown up immediately, and it's just we shouldn't be doing these dumb ass executional plays that you can be smart, you can be better than that. Like you can be better you can be better than the way you've been looking lately. Like this is one of the games where you need to show that people and media aren't basing your playoff run based on your defense. You got to show that offensively you can do something. You can show that hey, when we step into the playoffs, no matter what seed we're ranked, this offense can hold their own when the defense gives them back the ball. And this game and the Las Vegas Raiders game next week are the two games that you need to show that okay, this offense has something. And let's see that heading into the next game, which is the Chargers, which is a honestly like a playoff game because the Chargers are seated in the playoff right now. Let's get into key points. Let's just get into key points. When the defense puts you in good position, score. Like you saw that all last week. We got Jalen Petrie with a pick, literally on their 50, and we didn't do nothing. We just punted it right back. Like it's stupid. Kamari got a pick. We didn't do nothing because we just let. That's whenever we were just struggling against a heavy blitz. Like that's another thing. CJ, you need to communicate with your line. Nick Caley needs to adjust. Everybody needs to work together when you see that blitz coming. Even if Arizona has not a not so great defense, they can still blitz. They can still throw stunts at you. Yes, we have done better against the stunts, but it's still something that we may fall apart on. And CJ, you need to stop taking sacks. You need to stop losing yardage because there are times where you just need to throw the ball away. Just stop making these dumbass decisions, especially when people are yelling for a grounding flag because there are times where you did intentionally throw it to the ground, and thank God the referees said there was a receiver, nearby. So that's on CJ. Time management, D'Amico. You got Matt Burke calling defensive plays. You got Nick Caley calling offensive plays. You're the reason for this time management. You need to take care of it. This whole delay of games. Even see this is on CJ too. The delay of games, the running out of time before halftime when you know you can score. It's just we need to work on that, and it's stupid that we haven't worked on that. And you have no job so far. All you're doing is being a head coach. You got everybody in their positions as coordinators. It is on you. It is on CJ. We need to stop doing this crap where like wasn't it against Kansas City where we called a timeout in the first quarter, I believe. But it's one of those where we shouldn't be wasting timeouts because we don't know what's going on, and then time starts ticking, or we gotta start clapping, or CJ's got to start clapping the ball fast because he sees that 1 second's on the clock because we got a delay game last week against Kansas City, and these are things we shouldn't be doing. We should be a perennial offense. I'm not saying we got to be the number one offense. I'm just saying we got to be good and average at best because we know this defense can give us the ball back and stop their offense. Like it's just easy and simple as that. Uh, Once again, I already talked about undisciplined flags with illegal formations with people. We haven't really had many false starts or holding calls, knock on wood. But it's just been mainly illegal formations or delay games, and that's just still shooting yourselves in the foot, which we shouldn't have. Uh, Key injury wise for us, we have Nick Chubb who's questionable, Justin Watson who's questionable, and Harrison Bryant. But so far, from what I've heard, Harrison Bryant will play. Uh, but overall, guys, I got the Texans winning 27-13. I believe this game should be over by the third quarter. Like I believe maybe they'll score a touchdown. The Arizona will score a touchdown like when it's just not really mattering at the time. But I believe we will win, and I believe we will go on to have a 6-game winning streak and head on the next week to face on the Las Vegas Raiders, which will be, I believe, another ass whooping because I do see this game not favoring Arizona at all. It's not. Like, we have better talent, we have better defense, we have better offense. This is a game where we shouldn't look slow. We shouldn't look like we're playing it to our opponent's level. This is a game that we got to show everybody that, hey, we're a playoff team. We're not going to be the 7th seed. We're going to move up. And, this is pretty much how we want to be. As a fan, that's how I want us to be. We came back from an 0-3 start. We're 8-5 now. Like, it's just beautiful to see. This is the first time for us the last team to be 0-3 to go to the playoffs was us back in 2019, I believe, right? Uh, but yeah, this is a game that we got to win. This is a game that is still a must win, especially with playoff seeding. But it's a game that you'll win. It's not going to be no, oh, we got to be careful because they can still be a good team. Yeah, they can still be a good team because they're a pass heavy team and they will pass the hell out of the ball to try to score a touchdown. Because you've seen Jacoby Brissett's numbers lately; they are pretty great, but they've played defenses that aren't to our level. We're the number one defense for a reason. You saw what we did against Kansas City, the Colts, the Bills, so on and so forth. We shouldn't we shouldn't give up more points than we should to a sorry team like Arizona. They shouldn't score more than they shouldn't score more than Arizona. No, they shouldn't score more than Kansas City. They shouldn't score more than the Bills. They shouldn't score more than the Colts. That's what should be the motive. They shouldn't score more than them at all. Yeah, I have 13, 13 and the Chiefs had 10, but it's just one of those where it's like I feel maybe, one of those like late minute touchdowns will happen where it's just, kind of basic, but you already know who's still won the game. But yeah, I have us winning 27-13, moving on to be 9-5. But other than that, guys, that's all I got. That was my preview. We will be on live at 11 a.m. We were supposed to be live on the 13th, but there were complications. But we're going to be live still to talk preview, talk about the Colts game, talk about the Texans game again, and maybe go over predictions of the rest of the games. That's all I got, guys. Though, thank y'all for watching once again. This has been the HOU Bullcast Show. Like, subscribe, comment, share. I'm gonna be having everything shared on TikTok, my Instagram. My Instagram will be down below in case you ever want to follow. It's my personal, but I'll still, hit y'all back up if y'all message me. But thank you once again, guys. This has been the HOU Bullcast Show. This is Aaron signing out. Y'all have a great day. Y'all have a great weekend. Let's go, Texans.